Hi guys, it's Miss Basil here to teach you about line plots and what you need to get done this week of April 27th. So we're going to talk about line plots today. I looked up trying to find some vocabulary words that would really help us with line plots. I can really only find 2 vocabulary words. So the key obviously is line plot, and it's basically information that is shown on a number line. And we've used number lines a million times this year with fractions, with numbers, with multiplying and subtracting. All those things all required a number line. So same situation with a line plot is basically you're going to show information on a number line. Now remember that number line goes in numerical order. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. It will never go down. So make sure that you're kind of going in order. And that your numbers make sense. You wouldn't go 1 and then 10, then 3. They go in numerical order. The next vocabulary is basically just a table. So you've seen a table before, not one that you sit at when you're eating dinner. A table, it has information. So it might tell you how many pets each family at Taylor Elementary has, or it might tell you how many days of a week you went walking, something like that. So a number line, a line plot, and a table are kind of those 2 key vocabulary words that you need to know for the assignments this week. So you have 2 assignments. The first one is line plot task cards, and then the second one is line plot task cards. This one is going to have fractions. And then if you're looking for the video, it's on here. So make sure you're watching the video. A lot of people are asking questions, but they're answered in the videos. So make sure you're looking at the video first. So the first assignment, I'm pretty sure, is this one. And so it is line plots with task cards. So you have to create a line plot for the given set of data, then answer the questions that follow. So the length of shells found at the beach. So these are the different lengths of the shells. Okay. So this one is 2.5. So you take your X, you click on it, and you drag it to the 2.5. And you do that for all of this information. So you have another 2.5. So you're going to take your X and then you're going to drag it. Okay. We're having a lot of issues with people deleting things. Normally, if you delete something, you can go back to this undo button and you can click it. Now, for some reason, you can't undo it. And that's absolutely fine. You can insert a shape, another shape if you wanted to. You can insert some other things to kind of make up for if you've accidentally deleted something. Okay, it's not the end of the world. You guys are good at troubleshooting. You should be able to fix that. Okay, so you're going to create the line plot, and then you have questions that you need to use the line plot to answer. So how many shells are longer than 3 centimeters? So using that first line, you're going to answer that question. And then the third question, I wonder if I can move my bubble over here. There it is. The third question, again, you're going to use that line plot that you created to answer those questions. And then you have to create another line plot. Mike hikes each day at summer camp. Those are how many miles they hike. Miles hiked. I don't know where I got Mike from. So you're 3 2/4. So you take your X and you put it on 3 2/4. Okay. Answer the questions that go along with that line plot. Here you have to create another one, and then you have questions that you need to answer. Another one, and then you have questions. So pretty much the same thing throughout it. You have 32 slides. Should take you a couple hours to kind of create this assignment. So that's your first one, and then your second one looks like this. It's line plots with fractions as well. Looks like they both have fractions. Oh man. Use a line plot to complete the data table. So it's kind of working in reverse. So you have the line plot already created. Now you have to figure out the amount of time students spent doing homework over the weekend. I feel like I missed something. I feel like there's something I was going to tell you. So the amount of time students spent doing homework over the weekend. So the hours, the number of students that did 0 hours, there's 1x, and it says that 1x equals 1 student. So you would Make sure that that cursor is blinking. See how it's going back? It's blinking. Make sure it's doing that. If it won't, you'll accidentally delete the whole thing. So I can delete my question mark and I can put 1 there. Okay. How many students did a half of an hour? So you'll look at your half and there's 2 students. You type in students. How many students were surveyed? So that would be how many X's do you have? Okay. Same with the next line. You have to use this information to fill in the chart. So how many runners ran 5 miles? And it says that you need to make sure, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. You need to make sure that 1x equals 1 runner. X's could equal 3 runners, or it could equal a runner and a half. So make sure you're looking at what does X equal. So X equals 1 runner. So I have 3 X's here. So 3, make sure that cursor's blinking. Oops, sorry, delete it. The 3 runners ran 5 miles, okay? So those are kind of the same. Then you have to drag and move them. So basically, these go 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. So you're going to move them to where they belong. Here's 4 and here's 5. So what do you think those all equal? They're going to be fractions, and we've worked on this before. It's something that it's not new. Okay. Same situation here. You need to figure out what the hashes are. So if this is 3, this is 4. So this would be, how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're all in 8s, right? So make sure that you're taking the time to fill in all those. Here you have to pick what color X. The bedroom is 3.5 gallons of paint. Use the red X to show this. So you have to take your red X and move it to 3.5 gallons. So you got to move those 4 X's at the bottom. Same here. Same on this slide. Here you're kind of creating the whole thing. So you have to place a title. Your title has to make sense. So it looks like it's saying coffee drinkers were surveyed to drink how many cups of coffee they drink per week. So something along the lines of how many cups of coffee, or coffee drinkers, or just coffee, something along those lines. You wouldn't put miles walked like that. Wouldn't make sense for that title. Okay. Then you have to take all of your X's and you have to drag them and move them where they belong. You have to label what are the X's. What does that mean? Is that the amount of people that have drank how many cups of coffee? What does an X equal? Does it equal 1 person? So on. So you need to do that for slide 11, 12, 13, 14, same situation. You have to move the X's. Here's kind of your table. And then same for 15 and 16. Here you're interpreting it. So that means that you're looking at this line plot and you're answering the questions. How many insects were 1.5 inches in length? So here's 1, 1.5. So how many insects were there? And then you would type that down. Same here. So you're interpreting them. And that's it. I would say if anything is a challenge, it might be the creating a graph, but really I don't think it's going to be too big. You've seen all of this, especially when we were doing all those fraction activities in team time where we split up and you had different teachers and you were doing different fraction activities. You've seen all of these kind of similar things where you take a number line and you section it up into how many sections. So you've seen all of this work. So that's it. You have 2 assignments this week. They're both with line plots. That's it. I would suggest you use this time to get these 2 assignments done and any other assignments that you still owe for math and for science. This is kind of your week to get caught up. Things that you need to remember is please do not turn things in that are blank. I know for me and maybe some other teachers, I'm either going to submit it back or I'm just going to give you a 0 because you know that you're turning it in blank. So make sure you're not doing that. If I have returned to you an assignment, please don't return it back. I don't need it back unless you fix things. I think that's really it. So you have these 2 assignments this week, and then you'll have a science assignment on Friday. So if you have questions, let us know. If not, keep working hard. You guys are doing a great job. And that is it for math. So I will see you later.